I've been talking about the benefits of creating your podcast using Anchor for quite a while, but today there are so many more benefits that I can't imagine using a different hosting platform. And that's because Anchor, the world's largest podcast hosting platform, has now combined with Spotify for podcasters to create an all-new, first-of-its-kind platform with everything you need to create and grow a podcast. This means that you are now able to combine Anchor's all-in-one free hosting and distribution with all the best features Spotify has to offer, so you can make, manage, and level up your show. This includes the ability to upload or record your content, publish video podcasts to Spotify, add interactive features like Q&A and polls, choose from a number of monetization tools, and keep track of your show's growth with advanced analytics. And of course, you can still publish your episodes and distribute them to all platforms where your podcast is available. What makes all of this so amazing is that even if you already have a podcast hosted elsewhere, you can still take advantage of Spotify's free growth tools for podcasters, like analytics and fan engagement. You can do this by claiming your show on Spotify for Podcasters. Spotify for Podcasters is truly the easiest way to make any podcast, manage your show, and get the most out of Spotify. All you have to do is focus on your content, and they'll take care of the rest. For more information, go to podcasters.spotify.com. Hi, I'm Princess Rara.
And I'm Dara, the Electro Khaleesi.
And this is Pink Kink, the podcast where we talk about the pretty,
twisted side of kink.
Today's episode is produced by our electrifying Pink Kinksters. Thank you, Jay, Witcherman, Brianna Lynn, Daddy J, Fabe, Embers, Blossom, William P., Claire, Lady Blooding, Primal Empress, Roxy, Naughty and Nice, Butte Pain, Northern Sir, Manda Panda, Kat, Stefan, Shadow Phoenix, Serenity Deb, Robert, Ruby R., Christopher, Kilted Sir, Firegood and his good boy Grant, Brian, May Cry Devil, Ruby Riot, Mistress Velma, Enchanted Sparrow, The Wombat, Impact Hazard, Twitch, Lioness X, The Midnight Girl, Sinful,
Mrs. and Mr. Hart, J21, Daisy If You Do, Harley Chick, Violet Rain, Serenity Ah, Belle, Puppy Bike, Jedi Kitten, Eric, Cat Daddy, Sweetie Todd, Radically Blessed, Lady Affliction, Dr. Dave, Pumpkin Pie, Ms. Tourmaline, S'more, Hacksaw, Kinky Katie, Wee Mad Beastie, To Be Better For Me, Forrest, BP Bryn, Ray S., Crash Override, Becca, Sir Sin, Little Bean, Kinky Bear,
I'm Baby Bitches,
Barbie, Frost, Sinful and Naughty.
Pink Kink runs off the generosity of our devoted patrons.
As a patron, you will become a member of our special Discord server, receive some adorable Pink Kink stickers, as well as have access to a monthly behind-the-scenes podcast. Patrons also get discounts at our Etsy shop, Pink Kink Boutique, and our online classes at Pink Kink Institute.
In addition, our impactful and electrifying Pink Kinksters get special audio and video episodes. And finally, patrons at our highest tier will be recognized as producers, both here on the podcast and on our website.
If you would like to become a patron, you can visit us at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast or click the link at pinkkinkpodcast.com.
As usual, I will have no idea what the fuck Rara is talking about. It's kind of going to be like when I talk about electro and she tunes out.
Yeah, it's not that I don't know what you're talking about when you talk about electro. I just don't care.
Bitch.
And I can say that because we're not in the same room when we're recording, so I feel safe right now saying that.
Yeah, you're only saying that because I physically can't kick you.
Yes, that is actually the only reason I feel safe saying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what's going to happen next time I come over, Rara?
Honey, you're not going to remember.
Oh, bet. All right, let's see.
I'm going to bet.
When is your next party?
We're having a ladies-only party in October.
On the 21st?
Remember? Yes, I specifically sent you your own private message
because I knew you would never pay attention to the messages I put into the group chats.
I got it. All right, let's see. Notes. Beat Rah-Rah's. Oh, it came out Tata's. You'll be happy.
Yeah. Same thing.
Rah-Rah's ass for saying she does not care about Electro.
Oh, no. Threaten me with a good time. Why don't you?
And use soft rabbit fur.
Then you're not beating me, are you? So pick one.
Be nice to Rah-Rah for saying mean things to me.
And then I'm going to go, oh my God, Dar's being nice to me. Somebody call 911. We have an emergency. Something is wrong. She must be having a stroke or something.
And then I'm going to take a little eyedropper.
Yeah.
Of water.
Oh, not in the hair, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Then I will retaliate.
Mm-hmm. Little eyedropper. I have plenty.
Yes. I think you'll be able to contribute to this because you certainly know about half of it.
Oh,
being one yourself.
I am not.
Really?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Really?
Nobody. Nope.
And anybody who knows you, you think you could somehow convince them that you're not?
So what exactly are we talking about here? Are we talking about ADHD? Because obviously.
No.
Oh,
not
well,
that.
I mean, clearly that wasn't it. Are we talking about a person who's over the F word now? Because that one we already recorded, so that's not it.
No, I'm trying not to say it yet because you don't like when I give them away too early.
Well, I think we're doing a pretty damn good job of what this... I don't know what you're talking about. Is it person who likes to bake?
You don't like to bake, do you?
Yeah. Have you met me?
Well, no, because I haven't had a macaron in forever, so I figured you gave it up.
That's because you called it macaron.
They are macarons. You do not make macaroons.
No, I do not make macaroons, but I also don't make macaroni without the I. I just really like fucking with you like this. This is great.
What?
Yes.
The sad part is I don't even realize that you're fucking with me because this just comes across like your normal self that is all over the place and makes no sense. I don't recognize it as even fucking with me. This is just standard operating procedure.
Rah-Rah, I have to tell you something.
Yeah.
I'm always fucking with you.
That's, as I said, standard operating procedure.
Yeah, I'm pretty much always fucking with you. It's like my favorite pastime. So I really don't know what you're talking about.
I know, that's fine. There was a lovely conversation today in our Patreon group, which we're recording this on a Monday. So you can imagine waking up on a Monday morning, still hungover from the dungeon Saturday night and not wanting to get out of bed and go to work. But I woke up to the loveliest conversation in our Patreon group this morning where people talked about what brought them to the podcast and to the being a patron.
It was so sweet.
One of the reasons somebody said that they really loved about us, one of the things was that we showed how you can disagree about stuff, but still have respectful conversations about it. And you don't always have to agree on everything. And I was like, well, then you must really love our podcast because Dar and I agree on absolutely nothing.
And I pointed out, yes, of course we do, on the important stuff, like Harry Potter and tiaras. Like, come on. We both agree that those are awesome.
But so it doesn't surprise me that in this conversation about what we're going to be talking about, where I said you are one, you're trying to disagree and deny it already.
I'm not. I'm totally not doing that. I don't know what you're talking about. You're ridiculous.
No, not at all.
Mm-mm.
Am I allowed to talk about yet what we're talking, or is it still too soon? Because I can ramble. I could talk about my weekend at the dungeon. I mean, you just let me know what you need me to do here.
Oh, go ahead and ramble. That's fun. Throw everybody off. Don't even.
Got it.
Yeah. Make sure nobody knows what the hell is going on. It's great.
Excellent. So I got to go to the dungeon this weekend where I was demo topping for the Sinful and Naughty group, doing my needles and my impact. And there's some interesting stories. I think we discussed in our birthday episode about the one gentleman who bottomed for you for the very first time. You broke his bottoming cherry.
Did you get him?
I got him. I actually did an impact scene with him. And it was very interesting because every time I always look at the face of somebody who I'm working with for the first time, especially because if they don't always know what to say or what to do, their facial expressions give them away. So I kept laughing. I kept saying to him, "You're wearing your thinking face again," because I would hit him with something and he would get this thinking face while he's like, "Do I like this? Do I not like this? How do I feel about this?" He made a very important conclusion by the end of, normally my sessions are 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
This ended after 10 because
he came to a very important decision about 10 minutes into all this. He doesn't like bottoming.
Oh, you think? Because when he was bottoming for me, I called the scene. I don't know if I actually said that in the thing, but like he was uncomfortable. Let's just say that. He wasn't mad about it. He wasn't like in a lot of pain. In fact, he could barely feel what I was doing, but he didn't look thrilled, and that's kind of something you want in a bottom.
Right. But yeah, I told him it was really okay. We could end it there if he didn't like it, that it wasn't hurting my feelings if he didn't like it. So I got to do that with him. The other issue that I ended up having, and this was, and I'm curious, I'm going to set the stage for you and you can let me know what you would do if you were in my position at this point.
Alrighty.
So somebody approached me about doing a scene. They are a friend of a friend. So I have met them before, but I've never seen with them. Their personality is a little over the top exuberant. Like
so
very over the top exuberant.
Way more than you?
Also in a different way, almost in a, okay, can you just calm down here for a minute way, right?
Okay. Yeah.
They're also, English is not their first language. They're not American. So I never know if some of this stuff to put down to cultural differences either.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to do needles with me. So I go through my normal questions, my normal negotiations, and they sit down. And I put a couple of needles in their arms. And I'm like going, do you want more? Actually, not in their arms. I think I did it in their breasts. Do you want more? Do you want less? And I'm like, I couldn't really get them to make a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of pulled back a little bit because I'm like, then if I'm deciding we're not doing a lot here. And then as they're sitting there, enjoying the feel of the needles, it comes up in conversation that they're high.
Oh, I'd be pissed.
Something that never, ever got mentioned to me during negotiations.
How high?
And, well, here's the thing, okay? I am one of those strange individuals who has never had marijuana in their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I have minimal experience being around people who are high. So for me to tell you what level of high, I don't know what would be different levels. I always thought marijuana mellowed you. And this person was not mellow.
It truly depends on the person. Right. Like, for me, I've only done it a couple times and I was literally over the age of 35, which is crazy pants. I get flat. No sense of humor whatsoever. Like, deadpan, completely emotionless, which is weird as fuck for me, right? Like, you could tell me a joke and I'll be like sitting there and I'll just be like, you're not funny. So it really depends on the person.
I was really bothered by this because I may or may not have said no. The point is that I obviously did not have proper informed consent if I wasn't aware of this.
Okay, now I understand your latest TikTok.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yes.
That gave me a lot of context.
So I did not have obviously proper informed consent because I didn't know and I didn't get to choose this. And what was really interesting is, so I was telling this with another friend who knows this person as well. And they said to me, oh, this person is almost always high.
at events and stuff. That's like their thing. And I go, oh, well, that explains it, because to me, that they've always been that way. Every time I've met them at an event, this is what they were like.
Yeah.
That explains it now. But I was really, as a top, I was really bothered because we make such a big stink, and rightfully so, about bottoms being informed so that they can give proper informed consent.
Yes. But
why
what about
don't we
tops?
also do the same for tops? Tops should also have those same rights.
Yes, they fucking should. You know what? That would have pissed me off so much. I make it a point not to play with people who are, drunk or high or showing any sign of inebriation. I literally have like terrors about it. So I probably would have reported that person. But that's me, because that is violating my consent.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Exactly.
letting me be informed of this. That's a hell no. And also, what the fuck are you doing going to events high? You're not supposed to do that anyway.
We talk about tops not wanting to be treated as kink dispensaries. And yet when we are the demo tops, we are sort of kink dispensaries at that point. But we still have the right to say no. I know during Risque, it is crystal clear. We can say no to anybody if we are uncomfortable, have concerns, whatever. And I know the person who runs the event that I was demo topping for. And had I said no and gone to the person who ran the events, they would have backed me 110%. I wasn't worried that they wouldn't. I know them well. They would have absolutely backed me 110%. It was just, the needles were already in the bottom's body when I found out. So it was sort of like, too late now. I've needled you.
At that point, you could just say, look, I was unaware of this. I'm going to take the needles out. The scene is over. You done fucked up.
I did take them out right after. I just didn't do that because I was going to say I didn't want to cause a scene, but you know what I mean.
Pun intended there?
I don't have enough words. I need another word. I didn't want to make a kerfuffle or a brouhaha.
Or a spectacle. Perhaps.
Yes, perhaps.
No, I got
the impression this person would have made a big stink.
Okay. And then that's when you say,
it was a friend of a friend. Lesson has been learned. I will not play with this person again.
Oh, lesson for you. Okay, yes.
Lesson for me, not for them.
That I would have actually made the stink and let that person make the scene and let them get kicked out. But I'm a vindictive bitch like that, so. Yeah,
I'm a much more passive aggressive bitch. I'll cause issues other ways.
Oh, I would have made
less in your face about it.
Oh, I would have.
So this is just my reminder to those who are tops. You can say no in any situation that you feel uncomfortable, and only you get to decide what that situation is. You may be okay playing with somebody who's high. You may not be okay playing with somebody who's high. You get to choose that, and it's okay. Bottoms, you have an obligation the same way you want tops to inform you so you can make proper consent. Yell the tops information too. This is a two-way street here.
Do you remember a couple, let's see, I think 2 years in a row for Fetball, I had an issue with this one chick who was massively inebriated. Yeah, I've told you about this. Massively inebriated. And like literally crawling over my table to get to something else. Bare ass cheek on my table, didn't wait for a Chuck's, buck naked just on the table. And what was the first one? She got onto the table when my demo bottom was still there.
Right. I remember that.
Yeah. And then she came back the next year. If I will be demoing for Fetball again. And if I see this girl, I'm going to immediately ban her. 2 years in a row, she fucked something up at my station. She's a hard no. Instantaneous no. So it doesn't even matter if she's doing something that night. Like, she gets there at 9 p.m. and is already wasted.
Yeah, well, I mean, I would imagine having an event at a bar makes things a little riskier for that. Are we? Can I start talking about the actual subject yet, or do you need me to procrastinate?
Oh no, you're
and
good.
chat
You're
more?
good now.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
it's been
I mean, I know
20
we're not-
minutes.
I know we're not at a record yet, but I don't think we need to get that record every time.
No. Besides, 24 minutes is excessive.
It does seem a bit excessive. All right. So our topic today actually was inspired by a conversation that I had in one of my other Discord servers. And that is Brats and SAMs and the definitions. What's the differences? What are the similarities? And it really sparked an interesting conversation because there seems to be no definitive definition. Like, you ask 10 people, you're going to get 10 different answers as to what the differences are between them. So I thought we would have a fun conversation about it.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, Miss Bratt, then we'll just do what we normally do, which is I'll talk and you'll just interject every now and then with something saying, I disagree.
Okay, that's my job. I like it. Comedic relief. I'm ready. Let's go. Also,
Okay.
Is that what you were trying to call me before? I had no idea.
Right. No. I've never called you a brat before.
No.
Now, for those who don't know what a SAM is.
Me.
Really? You honestly don't know what a SAM is?
No, like okay, so I know what the acronym stands for because I saw it in the chat when you guys were talking about it.
So prior to that, you hadn't heard of SAMs?
Not a clue. Because I'm not one. Like, that one for sure I'm not. I can tell you right now. Right? So
Okay.
I know it stands for smart ass masochist, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I'm guessing that, just judging from you, I think you're both, because you're definitely a masochist and you are definitely a smartass, and you purposely try to goad your brat top into hitting you harder.
Okay, I'm not going to share my thoughts yet about this. I want you to share what you think the difference between a brat and a SAM is.
Okay.
And understand there's no right or wrong answer. This is as with everything else in kink, it's customizable.
Okay, so I think that a SAM is somebody who, like, basically is, the smartass part comes from deliberately trying to goad the top into hitting them harder or doing whatever it is that the bottom wants. The brat, I don't know. Maybe it's like kind of one of those umbrella things, like a SAM is part of the brat spectrum.
Here's my interpretation of the difference between a brat and a SAM. My interpretation is, what is the goal? The goal is what defines a brat versus a SAM. A SAM's goal is for the pain. So they do whatever they need to do to get that pain.
Okay.
A brat's goal is just to fuck things up.
Okay. That sounds more me-ish.
Okay. So a brat will say and do things just to mess with it. It's not about the punishment. It's not about getting hit. It's about, I'm just going to fuck with you. And for example, the things that I do identify as both a brat and a SAM. However, that I find myself much more a brat than a SAM because, for example, when I do shit with John, I know damn well most of the time it isn't going to get me hit any harder. If anything, it's going to stop him from hitting me, right? Which would defeat the whole purpose of being a SAM, to do something that I know is actually going to get me less pain. But I like messing his mojo.
Yeah,
I like
you do.
fucking with his head. And a brat will do it, in my opinion, will do it for just that reason.
Okay.
Just to really fuck up. That's how I view it. One of the other things that I've heard too is that bratting, which I found an article, which I was very happy to see, that in the article they said, brats are on both sides of the slash.
Yes.
Which is why I despise with every part of my being when people make the assumption brats are submissive.
They also make the assumption that brats are just littles.
Yeah, which is not the case because our friend John is not a little.
Or a sub.
Right.
Can you imagine?
God, I'd like to try.
I would pay money. I would pay money to see John as a brat little.
If I thought that I stood a chance in hell of ever getting John to bottom for me for Impact, in a fucking heartbeat, I would be there. I could be on my deathbed. I could leave the emergency room with another kidney stone if I had an opportunity to do Impact on John.
Okay, John's girlfriends, you hear that? I know you listen.
Oh, you kidding? They'd both pay money to watch it. You know that.
Everybody in our whole social circle would pay. Your entire munch would pay money to see that.
Right? Which is why John will never make those silly bets like Mr. Irrelevant makes.
Well, Mr. Irrelevant obviously has a humiliation fetish. That's why he makes those bets, because he keeps losing them.
Yeah, right now I'm down one game.
Okay, one game ain't nothing.
I know, it's still, we've only had 2 games this season. So
okay, well, that ain't nothing.
Yeah. But a smartass masochist almost always is on the either they are on the S side or there's Switch operating on the S side.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure how I feel about that particular definition because I am always a masochist.
Doesn't matter what side of the slash you're on?
Even when I'm topping, I haven't stopped being a masochist just because I'm topping. I'm just not getting my masochistic needs met at that time. But as I was telling somebody else the other night, I get around that sometimes when I will put staple corsets in my thighs and then top for a scene, so that as I'm moving around, the staples in my thighs will pull and tug, causing me pain while I'm topping. And then there's several times, either when I'm doing the double-handed spanks or just trying to get a different angle, I will literally get on my knees to do the impact. And again, staples are pulling and tugging and causing me pain. So I get my sadomasochistic needs met at that time because I'm both giving and receiving the pain. It's fun. So if I'm doing that and I'm being a smartass while I'm topping, do I get to be a smartass masochist?
Oh, were you done?
I took a breath, yes.
Oh, I tuned out. You were talking about staples. I was like, okay, I'm out. I wasn't even quite sure you were done. I fell asleep. I was like, wait, what?
Okay, did you see the TikTok I made yesterday? Oh, you did, because you made a comment on it.
Yeah.
You did. You made a comment on it. When
I was going to say, yes, I did.
The question was, for $1 million, could you talk about a subject for 30 minutes nonstop?
Who couldn't?
And I'm like, my biggest problem is just deciding which topic to talk about.
You do, on a regular basis, at minimum, once a month, talk about a topic for an hour or two nonstop. Yes. You've gotten several $1 million, apparently.
Oh my God. Really, where?
It's invisible Monopoly money.
Is it under my invisibility cloak so I can't find it?
Yes, that's exactly where it is. Good job.
Thank you.
But it's there, I promise. You just, have to keep looking. But yeah, so tell them the comment or what you said to make me comment.
Well, I said the biggest problem I would have is deciding what. Do I talk about just kink in general, or do I get specific and talk about a particular kink? Or do I talk about just thuddy? Or maybe I should just talk about stingy? Should I talk about sharps in general? Or I could talk specifically about staples or sutures or needles. I could talk about blood play. I could talk for 30 minutes about how I drive Dara nuts talking about blood play.
And then my response was, I vote not driving Dara nuts talking about blood play. And apparently people are like cracking up about this comment now, because apparently it's hilarious to freak me out.
No different than the silly people who were like, yeah, if you're going to do blood pictures, you have to set them up as spoilers. And I'm like, no, you don't have to set them up as spoilers as long as you put them in the blood play chat thread, which
Yeah.
Dora knows never to go in.
Nope, Dara will not be going in that channel ever. And I think I also said that. I love how I keep talking in third person with these comments. Like, have you noticed that's been a thing? For each one of these comments, I do it in third person.
It's okay.
I don't know where that came from. It just suddenly happened. like I have an out-of-body experience every time somebody talks about blood.
Oh, right, so I will try to reframe my. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
So,
sorry.
Funny story about the whole bodily fluids thing. Daddy J tried to kiss me the other day after he had done outside work, and he was sweaty and disgusting, and I wouldn't come near him. He's like, "Here, look, I wiped it off my lips. It's just, give me a kiss." I'm like,
It is amazing you are able to have sex at all with your absolute dislike of bodily fluids.
Yeah, well, it's not during sex that I have the issue. It's after. During, I have enough adrenaline that it's not a problem. After, however, problem.
Between the bodily fluids of cum, there's the sweat.
Oh, yeah. No, that part, nope. Can't stand it. But like during, I'm like, all right, what else am I going to do? I want to get laid. I want to get off. But, yeah, after, I'm like, oh my God, get off me, get away from me. Oh my God, ew, 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 ew. You would think I was some sort of germaphobe or something, but no.
What do you do about the wet spot?
Sweetie, we put a towel down. What do you mean?
Ugh.
I put a towel down on the bed before every time.
Yeah, no. Diesel gets up and he gets cleaned and he just throws me a washcloth.
No. I wrap myself...
My feet are up in the air until the washcloth lands on my face. That's our running joke. Can you get it on my face or is it on my stomach? Is it where's the washcloth going to land?
No, I go into the bathroom and I roll over, I get the towel, I wrap it around me so that nothing gets on the bed, and then I go to the bathroom and then I clean up. Then and only then can anybody get back in the bed. Yeah. And there's also lots of washing beforehand. So before and after. You think I'm joking?
No, I know. That's why I'm laughing. I know you're serious.
I sound like a crazy person.
Okay, so wait a minute. And I know we've gone completely off topic, but we'll come back to it.
Let's go talk about Dara's sex life. Okay.
Now I really need to know.
Oh God, what?
Have you ever had a guy come on you?
Yes, it's disgusting.
I'm just trying to picture your face as it's on you and you're like trying not to throw up.
Vomit. Oh my God. Okay. So let me put it this way. The only person that actually did that was my ex-husband, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how well that turned out.
Huh.
So that's why. No. Put a warning on this one. Dara may throw up during this episode.
We'll try really hard not to.
Okay, well, let's not talk about my ex-husband's jizz anymore. Because that'll really do it.
All right. Anyway, so back to Sams and Brats. Here, we've just gone in full circle, right?
I have to post this. Where is Discord? Go ahead.
All right. So I asked in some other Discords what people's thoughts were about Sams versus Brats. And I got some great answers. I had one person that say they identify more as a Sam because most of their bratty behaviors happens during a scene because they like the cause and effect. So to them, they're a brat when it happens outside of a scene. But if it happens during a scene, then it's being a Sam.
Oh, okay. I follow.
Okay. For some people, it was brats break rules or push boundaries, while Sams are just feisty and sassy, knowing full well it's going to lead to a spanking or something similar.
I like sassy.
Yeah. Listen, we have a friend who is adamant they are not a brat. As much as everybody else around them has said, yes, you are. But they don't like the connotation, the negative stereotype of being a brat. So they just call themselves sassy.
Huh. I'm trying to think of who that is, but I'm drawing a blank right now, so that's okay.
This person said for them, Sams are more talk-based, whereas brats are more action-based. So, for example, a Sam would point out a loophole and be like, I could totally do it this way, but I won't. Whereas brats might actually test and do the loophole.
Okay, so which one are you in those?
Well, these aren't my definitions.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Right? Some people, they think a brat is more, I'm going to hide your shoes. Or I'm going to take your favorite toy and I'm going to hide that so you can't have it. Or I know I'm going to be punished and you always use that ruler to punish me. So I'm going to hurry up and hide that ruler so you can't find it.
Oh, that's a good one.
While a Sam would be more of what you would consider like the sassy behavior. That's how they viewed it.
No, that makes sense.
Right? A lot of people agree you can be both, which is fair because I definitely believe that I am both, though I feel I lean more toward the brat side.
Fair enough.
So another friend said that they're not necessarily seeking out pain. Actually, this is one of your bottoms.
Oh, really?
Yes, I'm gonna out him so that maybe it'll get him more pain next time.
I know who it is. The second you said that, I know exactly who it is. It's fucking Bobby, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Is fucking Bobby or just Bobby?
We'll go with fucking Bobby. No, it's Bobby.
Okay. So Bobby said, he goes, I have been known to tease Dara, but she always makes me pay dearly for that.
I remember that. Yes.
All right. And then he says, I'm not necessarily seeking pain. I just find it's worth it to get a rise out of Dara.
And then what do I do to get him back he has never won. He has never won one of these.
My understanding is you carved your name into his ass with an electro tool.
Yeah. Several times now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He needs to figure out a different method or something because I will continue doing that. And the other way I do it is I literally will tickle him with electro until he screams. You watched me do it at Risque.
Yeah. I don't feel any of this is bad though.
No, but he gets really, really squirmy. He almost fell off the table this last time. It was funny.
Somebody says that they think they fall more into the brat category, but it's never really on purpose. It just kind of happens.
Accidental bratting?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Bobby did say, I do notice that I only brat with people I've bottomed for a lot. It's something that develops between us. I never brat with someone until I've bottomed for them a few times, and only if it seems it would be fun with them.
Oh, I'm honored. Really? Thank you.
See, here we go. If my and this is me, so this is what I wrote in the conversation. If my goal is for you to hit me harder, then I'm being a Sam. If my goal is just to fuck with you, I'm being a brat because I don't care if you hit me or not. I just want to fuck with you. Right? And then I said, I just like fucking with John because no one else does it. I know he won't hit me if I don't stop. But since I will fuck with him, even if we aren't in a scene, obviously pain isn't my goal. So obviously I am a brat.
So wait, do you fuck with him at your munches too?
Oh, yeah. When he's there?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Well, don't you remember the night that he and I were going to co-top our friend Naughty and Nice?
Yes.
And I started fucking with him standing in line to get into the dungeon.
Oh, yeah. You were telling me about that.
Right?
I do remember.
I'm not even doing a scene I'm not even bottoming him for a scene. And I'm fucking with him. I was being an absolute brat,
yes.
Which I turned off once the scene started because it was obvious in that scene it would not have been appropriate.
Yep.
He and Naughty have a very different, whatchamacallit?
Working relationship?
Working relationship. There you go. A different energy. They have very different energy, and theirs is a much more serious. I am only serious when the people that I'm with are serious. I prefer not to do a serious scene. I seen with Naughty and Nice on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It was not serious. I mean, I take what I do seriously, but the scene isn't serious. I made a lot of people laugh. So, that one guy who I finally got to do Impact on, I also did Impact on his partner. Now, I don't know if she does this for you in Electro, because she said she's done Electro with you before.
Okay.
But Impact, she makes the most delightful squeal.
Yes, she does.
Oh my God, that's like good. Let's like talk about drugs. That's like my drug. Every time she make that squeal, I'm like, oh, I want it again. I need it again.
Yeah, and then you just kind of try and get more and more creative with how and where you get it. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, right? So, I and other people that I would be like, oh, I would say, I'm going to hit you now in your sit spot because I want you to think about me tomorrow. I mean, you may not think kindly of me, but the point is you'll be thinking of me.
Doesn't matter as long as you're thinking.
Right? It's like that bad press is better than no press. At least they're talking about you.
Exactly. At least you're getting the word out.
So I want you to remember me tomorrow. And you can remember me fondly, or you can remember me in as many different love language curse words as you can come up with. But
You've
yeah,
done that before.
Oh yeah. That's my favorite thing to do. Right?
Yeah.
This person wrote, I'm a brat because it's just part of my personality. I don't do it for any particular reason. It's just who I am.
Okay.
That may describe me too.
I was going to say that's actually fair enough because, I mean, we always talk about how we can't really take the little in the middle out of our personalities. It's just who we are. You know, it's just, you know, every once in a while, that's what comes out and is more expressive. And I feel like that could be the same way with the brat.
Yeah, I think a lot of this too is I think people are so hesitant to ever use the term brat because it's gotten such a bad rap.
Well, it's not just that, I think. It's not just the bad rap that it has in the kink community, but when you were a little girl, were you ever called a brat when you did something wrong or wanted something?
I didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, shut up.
I was a good girl rule follower.
I was not.
Like,
I was called a brat a lot.
Like I was the teacher's pet all the time.
Oh my God. I'm not. I was the kid that literally walked out of the classroom because I couldn't stand the teacher being a dick.
Gee, is it any wonder I always have to be good cop and you're a bad cop?
Dude, I have anger issues, apparently, and I have my entire life. But I keep telling people that that's only because I've been a dom my entire life. They just, you know, didn't recognize it.
I think this also goes well with the fact that you've been goth and I have never, ever been goth in my entire life.
Hey. Being goth is a fashion choice. It's not a personality trait.
Really? I disagree.
It's a little bit of a personality trait.
I disagree.
Dude, I was full into it too. It was awesome. Anyway, so and I'm getting back to my goth roots. Have you seen my hair? Speaking of roots.
I was gonna say those that's not your original goth roots, honey. Those are updated 2023 roots.
I was gonna say, yeah, but it's pretty close to the same colors, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. So anyway, what the fuck were we talking about?
Brats and SAMs and the stereotype of brats.
Right. Okay. So, right. I was talking about how the word brat can have a very, very bad connotation for those of us who were not perfect little good girls and were called brats. Because now I'll say it to somebody and be like, brat, and they'll just laugh, right? But like as a kid, when you're in trouble and everything, and you're like, oh my, like, just stop it. Don't be such a brat. And you're like in anger, you can have some serious trauma from that. Like, it's not a fun word to remember.
Yeah. Listen, I get it. It took me a very long time to be willing to use the term brat. And I do understand that some of the problem is the people who go around, behave poorly and go, oh, well, it's just because I'm a brat and you'll have to accept it.
Well, do you remember the day that you accepted that you were a brat? Because I remember.
Well, so do I. It's when we did the bratting episode.
Yep. I mean, it was during the masochist episode that I realized I am a little bit of a masochist, just not the same way that we've always thought about it.
Yeah.
So.
It's just, people have to remember there's a reason that we've started to use the terminology ethical bratting, right?
Yes.
Because if it's not if it's not ethical,
then
you're just being an asshole.
Yeah, and that's the one that most people associate with. I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there ethical samming?
I would think so. I mean, there should be. I mean, honestly, we shouldn't have to use the word ethical.
Right.
It's the same thing with like ethical non-monogamy. Why do we have to say the word ethical? Shouldn't people just do it ethically?
No, well, they should, but the term non-monogamy has never been associated with ethical.
Well, but that's sort of the thing is that if it's not ethical, then it's cheating, which has nothing to do with monogamy versus non-monogamy.
I mean, I'm just saying that that's where the term originally would be like associated with, would be cheating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, it's a shame that we have to say ethical bratting because it should just be, you should be doing it ethically. Otherwise, that's not bratting, that's being an asshole, which is a whole different story, which is why we have an entire episode on the subject.
What, just don't be an asshole or ethical bratting?
Well, unethical bratting. But I think it's, the other thing too is people don't I know, I moved it, I'm sorry. I know, she just glared at me. Her dog barks incessantly in the background. I make one movement of my mic with a squeak and I'm the bitch in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So this is, I don't know, is this me being a brat or just podcast bitch?
Just podcast bitch.
Got it. I can own up to that.
You're PB.
Oh, stop it. You sound like Daddy J. Not everything has to have initials, okay?
I was going to try to come up with something that I'm the J so we could be PB and J, but okay.
Jew?
Oh my God, yes.
Look, I got your J. I can't believe you didn't come up with that. I'm gonna be the J. What's a word that describes rah-rah that starts with a J? I don't know. Jewish?
What could it possibly? Oh my God, I've gotten on Jew talk, and I am dying of laughter almost every day because we are funny people.
Yes. Have you seen the comedian who's talking about somebody who came up to her and said, I did a DNA test. I am 7% Ashkenazi Jew. And she's like, no, you're not.
Her name is Judy Gold, though it's spelled Judy, but it's, oh my God, no. It's the one that I fell in love with that I sent to all my Jewish friends is when somebody described what kind of Jew they are. I'm not the go to temple every Saturday Jew.
Mm-hmm.
I am the eats brisket on all holidays Jew. It's like this whole long list.
You are not the Jew that does the eating customs with the bacon. You are the Jew that eats bacon.
Yes. A lot of Jews eat bacon.
I know.
It's good. It's just really good. Is the one you were talking about? Is that what the other thing is like how to know if you're really Jewish? It's things like, what kind of bagel do you get?
Blueberry? No, you're not Jewish.
You're not Jewish. No, you're not.
Blueberry bagels are vile.
You get fruit bagels, you are not Jewish.
Those are vile. Absolutely the fuck not. If you're gonna have something in a bagel, it's gonna be like an onion bagel.
It's got to be onion, poppy seed, sesame seed, everything.
Everything bagel does not have fruit in it. Oh my God, am I Jewish?
Maybe.
Oh,
though I Jewish. Will say that my local bakery has...
Your local bagelry?
Bagelry too. It has challah bagels.
Challah!
And they are good.
I'm going to make that joke every time.
And they have French toast bagels.
Wait, what?
French toast flavored bagels.
Sounds delicious.
It is delicious.
Okay, so wait, we were talking about something and we had to like
PB&J.
PB&J. And no, it was about
that.
No. It was about Jewish TikTok. I am actually apparently on Jewish TikTok because not only did I find that comedian, but they were talking about somebody said nice guys finish last, and then this absolutely
You got that one.
Yes.
Oh my God, you got that one. Yes, where they said not in Judaism.
Yes, exactly. And then like he's so adorable when he's explaining that. Oh my God. And he's just
and Judaism, nice guys finish first.
nice guys finish all the time. Because
They
what does
should.
what does a good Jewish mom look for in a son-in-law?
Yeah. That's all we're saying, people.
All right, yes, continue.
Yeah, we've gotten so distracted. Now we're talking about Jew talk because this totally has everything to do with kink.
PB&J.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know where we were before PB&J.
I don't know what
really
PB&J
confused.
stands for except for Jew now.
Podcast
bitch and Jew. Got it. That's so wrong.
And yet so right.
Oh God. So wait a minute.
Hold on. Is it my turn to post something in the...
Yes.
Okay.
That is... Okay, so just so you know, Robert actually is Jewish, so she can say this shit. And I am Jewish. Oh my God. Okay. I don't know
I can't
what
even type. I'm laughing so hard.
Are you crying? Because if you're crying, we have to take a drink.
Take a drink.
Okay. I haven't snorted yet, so that's a good sign.
No.
At least we're not double drinking.
So, hold on, wait a minute. It's time.
It's time?
Yes. If you become a patron, then don't laugh. I can't do my serious advertising voice.
Fuck, I snorted.
I can't do my serious voice if you're going to fucking snort. If you become a Patreon at patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast, then one of your perks is you get to be a part of our Discord server, which is very active. And when Dara and I record episodes, we put in little teasers, little Easter eggs, or I guess in my case, little Passover matzahs.
Wrapped in bacon. Because it's rah-rah. I'm gonna pee my pants. There goes my microphone. He flopped again. Oh, come on, Mike. Here, let me stroke you. Are you doing better?
We put in these little teasers in the Discord channel, and you will have access to all of this. Okay.
I think I broke Rara's mic voice. Professional got out the window.
Oh,
I can't breathe.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, puppy. I'm sorry. Did I wake you up? She's looking at me like, you bitch. Yeah, podcast bitch. What?
Is she the PB and you're the J?
She is brown.
Oh my God.
So
you need to wait a minute. You need to tell Daddy J you guys are now PB and J.
Oh my God. Hold on. Hey, babe. We're actually now been dubbed PB and J. Because I'm the podcast bitch. You can't hear him, but I said, okay, so I said, he goes, what? And I said, I'm the podcast bitch. And he goes, oh my God. You and Rara are sharing a J, okay?
Wouldn't be the first, won't be the last.
Yeah. I mean, you already shared a J, so whatever.
And I'm still waiting for my ice cream. Just saying.
She's still waiting for her ice cream. Nobody in the fucking outside of the Discord is going to know what the fuck we're talking about with the ice cream. But that's okay. You should join the Discord and listen to our bullshit on Munch Nights, and then you will hear such gems like Rara offering a blowjob to my husband to get pistachio ice cream. Did I announcer voice the shit out of that or what?
Close.
Please keep your hands and arms inside the podcast at all times until the... Hey, shut up! You ruined it! Now you're the podcast bitch. God damn it. Why can't we ever do an episode without something completely going wacky?
It wouldn't be us.
That's true. And they did say in the podcast Discord this morning that you can listen to if you join the Patreon. They actually were talking about how much they like our banter.
And somebody who has actually met us said, they're actually like this in real life. This is not just a shtick for the show.
No.
This is how they are all the time.
Every fucking day. Like, okay, so I don't know if you guys understand how much Rara and I talk, like, every fucking day. We're either Discording with each other or literally on the phone. And then it's
and the TikToks back and forth. Don't forget the TikToks
all day
back and
long.
forth.
Constant fucking communication between me and Rara, and we still do this shit.
The funniest thing is, so we'll do this all day, every day. And then when we actually see each other in person, we still have to catch up.
Obviously. Because we haven't seen or talked to each other in so long.
It's been forever.
Forever.
I mean, like, what? I haven't seen you in person in like 8-9 days.
I know. It's disastrous.
And I won't see you again because I'm going away.
Oh, darn.
I know. And I will be having to record an episode pretty much by myself. It's going to be weird. I hope I can handle that.
That's going to be one of the first times you're going to ever be doing that, too. Good luck.
Who's going to joke with me?
All of the people that you interview. Make sure they're funny, okay?
I'm going to try.
They
should be funny.
Listen, Rara, if you don't, we're going to have a hell of a time because this is our thing. We are funny.
We think we are.
I know, we're goddamn hilarious, okay? We just cracked ourselves up. Do you have any idea what that's going to do to the people who listen to us in the car?
Oh, I hope nobody pees or has an accident.
Hey, Vixen, did you pee this time? Or, like...
Oh, you called her out.
Yeah, I
did. I still have my balloons hanging up.
Oh, mine got popped.
Well, because you'd already had your birthday. My birthday is not at the time of this recording. My birthday is in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 3 days.
Okay, nobody's counting.
I am.
That's why I said nobody's
counting. It's also
counting.
the day I leave because.
And you're already packed.
I'm so excited. Yeah, I packed this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I said to my son when I came home, I said, okay, so I've been thinking about this because you also have to understand I have chocolate in my suitcase.
What?
I'm bringing chocolate.
How much?
To set up on my table.
Oh, the leftovers.
No, I got some new chocolate too.
Oh, damn. Okay. And all the taffy?
And the taffy, the taffy I threw out because the taffy melted. It was weird.
Do you realize that I didn't get any candy at our birthday party?
I pulled aside some lollipops. I'll save one for you.
Okay.
But I got new candy. Fresh candy.
Okay.
But I was thinking that, because, Virgo, who needs to plan? So tonight, Monday night, I told my son that Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, he can put the suitcase in my car. The suitcase will be zipped up, ready to go. It can go in the car. It will be cool enough at night. The chocolate won't melt. It should be fine.
Okay, so you've checked the weather and everything, correct, for this plan?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then this way, I don't have to drag this suitcase, which is probably for the first time in my entire life over 50 pounds.
Okay, Rara?
Yes?
This what you have a son living there for. Make him drag it out.
That's right, but I'm leaving the house at 4:30 in the morning on Thursday.
He can go back to sleep.
I'm not... no, he can put it on Wednesday night. It'll be fine.
Okay. If all your chocolate melts, I'm going to laugh at you.
Okay. It should be fine. It'll refreeze.
Okay.
Listen, it's been like 50 at night now.
That's true.
But I will have a lot of stories beginning with the fact that my alarm is set for 3:30 in the morning.
Well, that's going to go over really well with you.
It was very cute. I had one of the people at the convention tell me that if I can't get into my room early enough, I can nap in their room in preparation.
Aw, that's sweet.
Which is sweet, but I've decided instead, because what does every good extrovert do?
Goes to the bar and makes friends.
I'm making plans to meet people who I talk to all the time on the interwebs, but have never officially met in person.
Okay.
So
well, you're
lots
gonna have
of fun
lots
stories.
and lots of stories. So maybe I should interview you for those stories.
Oh, that would be fun.
That way
Was
I can still actually be in the episode.
Oh, we can do that. You can interview me. I'll write my stories down. I won't do what I normally do, which is like hide in my room and record myself about my adventures for the day.
Yeah, so what you have to do is just remember not to tell me anything during the day. That just write down what you want to talk about, okay?
You're asking a lot.
Don't tell me any of it as it happens, because I know you like to do the recaps while it's like, the continuous play-by-play.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, and then you can tell me the stories, but you'll tell me on air.
Okay.
So to speak.
All right. Let's now that we have completely diverted from the topic at hand.
What was that again?
Again. Exactly. Let's just conclude this very not so special episode. So in conclusion, the difference between a brat and a Sam is whatever the fuck you think it is. This is one of the reasons we harp about the fact that labels don't mean a hell of a lot. Because there's really the only definitive thing that we could agree on is the top is the one giving and the bottom is the one receiving. Even dom and sub people can't agree on, because some people will say, oh, well, giving oral sex is a very submissive thing. And other people say, well, no, that's stupid. Giving oral sex can absolutely be a dominant thing if you do it in a certain way. But we can all agree the tops give and bottoms receive. And consent is the number one thing, and don't be a dick. That's the only shit we can ever agree on.
I was going to say, that's a lot of rules for being the only thing we can agree on.
Yeah, well, it all comes, the main rule is still don't be a dick after everything.
I just really appreciate how deep you are, Rara, and your nuanced understanding of all of these topics.
Thank you.
Because the difference between this and this is whatever the fuck you want it to be after an entire episode of going into it. It's very, very...
Right? So I've just managed to do an entire hour on a subject where ultimately I say the definition is up to you. So for $1 million to come up with 30 minutes? Ha!
Hey, I helped.
Chocolate.
You splitting that.
Hold on. We're going to see. I bet you will not know what this is from. And I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
And I need somebody who listens to write to me and tell me if they know what this is from.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate and vanilla. Don't waste my time.
Not where I thought you were going with that.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what that is.
Yep.
Is it from the 70s?
I'm not giving you any hints.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, bitch.
Okay.
Now who's podcast, bitch?
No, I'm just a bitch.
You're on the podcast, are you not?
I just hide it better.
No, you do not.
Well, I don't with you.
Yeah, therefore, everybody who listens, because you're not exactly not public right now. What the fuck am I even saying? I need to go to bed. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, how about let's just end it here on that note. You can't even speak anymore.
No, and there goes Mike again.
Bye, Mike.
Buddy, are you okay? Are you having a stroke? Okay. Stay safe, Mike.
Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you have a question you would like answered, or just have a story about the lifestyle you want to share, you can send us a voicemail and maybe it'll be featured in an episode. Just go to pinkkinkpodcast.com to contact us.
Follow us on social media. On Twitter, Instagram, and FetLife, we are Pink Kink Podcast. And on TikTok, we are Pink Kink Podcast 2.0. Join our Facebook group, Pink Kink Podcast, and hang out with other Pink Kinksters.
If you love what we do and are able to help support us, we are on Patreon. Just look for us on patreon.com/pinkkinkpodcast. You can also help support our affiliates, which benefits small businesses and Pink Kink.
Even if you can't show your support financially, there are other ways you can help. You can spread the word about our kinky podcast and tell your friends about us. You can also rate and review Pink Kink on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. The 5-star reviews really help.
Don't forget to subscribe to Pink Kink so you don't miss a minute of the fun. New episodes come out every Friday.
Until next time, stay pretty, stay safe,
and stay twisted.